I've got a couple topics I've been asked to talk about. The first one being, should I sell my home right now? Well, that depends. Right now meaning based on the season of the year, based on interest rates, based on inventory. There's a whole lot of things to consider. But if you were asking me, should I sell my home now? I would say yes. In most cases, you want to get it on the market now because you know the market you're dealing with. You know the inventory. I say you do, but once you sit down with a real estate professional and they help you understand what the current market's doing, what the inventory is like, what interest rates are like, what obviously the weather and how that's going to affect the sale. There's many things to think about, but usually my answer is yes. Get it sold now because you know what the market conditions are today. We don't know what they'll be like in 3 months. We don't know what they'll be like in 6 months. Interest rates spiked a year or two ago and they shut the market down and nobody expected that. The first quarter was off to a great start. Second quarter rates started climbing. Third quarter they kept climbing. Next thing you know, the market had shifted dramatically all within a few months. So you know the market you're dealing with. So I would say now's the time, and it varies on the approach. If it's wintertime and we've got a foot of snow on the ground, it's one thing. Houses are still going to sell. Houses are going to sell if it's 5 below. Houses are going to sell if it's 25 or 30 or 40 or 50. Properly priced homes will sell, but there may be a few days if it gets really severely cold or if the snow piles up that the market slows a little bit based on weather. But buyers are still looking, and most buyers look for homes in the comfort of their home or office on their computer. So weather makes a difference when you're going out physically to look at the house, but houses sell all year long. So when you're thinking about selling your home, there are things to consider. For instance, if you've got a home with a pool and it's January in Indianapolis and it's 25 degrees, pool's probably not going to show great. But if you got pictures from the pool being used in the past that don't have people in them, that's one thing we can do. We can paint the picture of what it looks like with the pool open and get it for sale. Or we can wait, you can open the pool as soon as it's feasibly possible, make it look a little better. But when you delay going on the market, in Indianapolis market, we find that real estate spring starts in January and it builds momentum each week as we get closer to the physical spring market. So are you better off to be for sale early when there's less inventory to compete with? If you're the only one for sale, you're going to get all the attention. If you wait 2 months and now there's 15 to choose from, you're going to blend into the pack. So that's one reason you may want to get on the market sooner than later because you know what you're competing with. Again, we mentioned interest rates. They could go up, they could go down. Well, if you're the seller and interest rates are high, you're going to get less traffic coming through your house because less buyers will be out there looking. The good news is the people coming out to look are buyers. It's like being for sale between between Thanksgiving and Christmas. All the shoppers are at the mall shopping. If somebody's out looking for a home between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they're a buyer. You want to make everything you can available to a buyer who's wanting to look at that time of year because they're truly buying a home. And I know personally, if I've got my own house for sale or I'm representing a seller, I'd rather have 3 buyers come through than 20 shoppers because buyers are going to buy, shoppers are going to shop. So again, you want to look at the market, the time of year. Again, if you've got a pool, you might be lakefront. If you're got a house on a lake to sell and the lake's frozen over and the leaves are all off the trees and it's kind of dreary looking, it may not be the most ideal time to buy. But buyers of lakefront property know what it's like in the summer. They know what it's like when the leaves are full. They know what it's like when there's activity on the lake. And they can visualize that. And again, if you've got a lakefront property and you're looking at trying to get it on the market before you have a whole lot of competition, it may be a reason to get it for sale now as opposed to waiting. There's always the spring market, and it varies from state to state and market to market. You know, if you're in South Carolina or North Carolina, your market's going to be different than it is in Indianapolis or Minneapolis, Minnesota, when you may have 3 foot of snow on the ground in January. Varies, and that's why you want to talk to a local real estate professional, because real estate's local, just like the weather. You don't look at the national weather to decide what to wear to work today. You look at the local weather. So you want to talk to a local professional who knows the market that you're dealing with and can give you the best advice for your local market. Should I sell my home when interest rates are so high? Oh my God, you know, the rates, they're recently were at 8.5%, which was a long way from 4% or 3% where they were prior. But you know, there's people that can buy a home when rates are 8.5%. There may not be as many as there are when rates are at 5 or 6%. But if you're a buyer, think about it. If you go out to look at houses and there's not 27 people looking at the house while you're looking at it, and there's not 15 offers like there were a couple of years ago, and you're a buyer and you don't have to make a decision in minutes, how does that benefit you as the seller? Think about it. A buyer's still going to have some fear of loss, not like they did before. One of the things we found a lot when the market was that busy was there was a whole lot of buyer's remorse. People went in, made an offer, they felt rushed. I got to make a decision in the next hour. Yeah, let's give them over list price. Let's do this. And then the reality overnight or the next morning soaked in. Oh my God, what did we do? And then you had a lot of deals falling apart because buyers were like, oh my God, I made a rush decision. That's the wrong decision. You got to get me out of this deal. I can't move forward. So as a seller, yeah, interest rates are high, but buyers that are looking in that environment know what the interest rates are. They know what the payments are. And if they're qualified to buy at that rate, they know they can always refinance if rates drop. So as a seller, you don't want to wait. Interest rates could go higher. One, the market could change. Other things can happen to affect the real estate market. You know, we get attacked as a country. September 11th shifted the real estate market. When we've got a war that we're dealing with, it shifts the real estate market. Interest rates are one of those things, but you know what market you're dealing with today. You don't know what market you're going to deal with in the future. So meet with a local real estate professional, create a plan that fits today's market, fits your house as it's priced and price it accordingly to what you're dealing with today, and get your home sold and move on. And again, this is David Brenton. I appreciate you taking time to watch our video series. We look forward to helping you buy, sell, invest, or build in the Indianapolis market. Thanks again for watching the video.